Hi, I'm Dave. I run the Isolation Station website, and I've come up with this idea where we can interview different people about what music is important to them. I've got a set of questions and there's a set of guidelines. If you want to take part, just send me an email and I'll put that in the comments and we'll sort something out. So, first Isolation Station discs, we have this young man. Hi, how are you doing? It's me. Okay, who are you? What's your name? Well, my name's Dave, Dave Letorey. Okay, Dave, so what is it that you do for a job, hobby? What excites you? What do you do? What is, let's say, what's your passion? As a job, I work for a company that builds big websites, big council websites, university websites, that kind of thing. In my spare time, I pretty much spend all of that time dancing, hopefully dancing in fields. It's not looking so good this year, but dancing in fields is probably one of my hobbies. I'm really passionate about web standards as well, and I run a group called London Web Standards. Not just myself, I've got a group of friends that I run that with, and we're hoping to activate that whilst we're all in lockdown. So stay tuned, maybe you'll hear some more about that in the future. So Dave, what is it you've been doing since you've been in lockdown that you didn't do before? Well, actually I've been doing quite a lot. I've been doing a lot of work from home, probably everybody is, but before I did a lot of training where people would come to see me, and now I'm doing a lot of training online. I've also been doing running pub quizzes. You might have seen that, the Isolation Station quiz, pub quiz. It's every Tuesday at 7:30. That's GMT, British time, and we've had a load of questions sent out over the waves. It's taught me loads and loads of things, and it's entertained quite a few of my friends. Some of them have had a laugh, so people seem to come back, so it seems like they're enjoying themselves. So what piece of advice can you give to people to help them survive during lockdown? The main thing I would say is find something that occupies you. Keep yourself busy. For example, I've been running this website, but also I've been teaching myself how to live stream, and it's not as easy as you'd think, but it's taught me loads and loads of things, and that'll help me with many other projects that I do outside the world. I've thought about learning to make music, but I'm going to stick with learning how to stream to the best quality. I've started off using a piece of software called OBS, and I'm streaming straight out to Twitch. I'm going to do an experiment next week with the quiz and see if I can stream to Twitch, to YouTube and to Facebook all at the same time. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, find something to keep you occupied is my piece of advice. Tell me about a song that's really important to you when you were 18 years old. It doesn't have to be a song that was in the charts at that time, just something that was really important to you at that age. There is a song and it sticks with me, and I listen to it all of the time. It's a song called Left of Centre by Suzanne Vega. I saw it for the first time on a program called The Tube. It was on Channel 4 on a Friday at 6 o'clock in the evening. Jules Holland famously got into trouble for swearing in an advert leading up to it, telling people to come and listen to it. But it just blew my mind, so much so that the next day I went to my mum and said, you have to give me £5, and I ran to the record shop and I bought the album. The album is just Suzanne Vega, but the track is called Left of Centre, and it's not on the album. It's on an import tape that you could get and things like that. It's dead easy to find now, but at the time it wasn't so easy to find. You had to buy a single, and I think it was on a B-side somewhere. But Left of Centre by Suzanne Vega, fantastic. I'm absolutely gutted because I'm supposed to be going to see Susan Vega in a couple of weeks in Hackney, and I reckon it's probably going to get pulled just like all the rest of the gigs that I've been going to. So tell me about a song that you've carried with you from when you were a child, and what's on that, and why that's important to you. When I was about 11, a guy called Bob Marley died, and my dad had these Bob Marley records, and I absolutely loved it. It was just something quite special. So the song that I've chosen is This Love by Bob Marley. Every time I listen to it, I think of my dad. I miss my dad a lot. Is This Love by Bob Marley. Tell us about an artist that you've discovered in the past 12 months. So my friends Hannah and Dan, they put on these gigs at the Strong Rooms in Hoxton. The Strong Rooms are an incredible place. It's where Orbital made an album called Insides at the same time that the Spice Girls were recording Spice World in the same building at the same time. But loads and loads of music's been made there. It almost came close to shutting down, but it got rescued, and that's really good. But Dan and Hannah put on these gigs called Spectrum gigs, and the whole point is that it's undiscovered artists that are female or from a minority group, and Hannah performed with her friend Laura, band called If I Had Hi-Fi, and fantastic. But the support act for them were these two girls from Brighton called Arcs, and that's spelled A-R-X-X, and they just completely blew me away. They're kind of like a cross between the White Stripes, Gossip, and Alabama Shakes, but just phenomenal noise. Really, really good. And the track that I've chosen for my playlist is Iron Lung. So give it a listen. It's really good. Out of the 10 tracks on your playlist, we're not going to go over all of them, but which track would you say that people should really, really listen to, and why? Which is that track that you're super passionate about? So the track that I want people to pay attention to or to listen to is it's a track called Ant Music, but it was performed on a TV show called Transmission that Susan worked on, and it was a collaboration between the Charlatans and the Dirty Pretty Things, and they were doing a rehearsal on of all days, my birthday, and Susan had to go, so she took me to the academy in Islington, where they'd hired the room, and they would all came to practice this song. And there's a bit in the song that's just ridiculously hard if you to even say. And during the rehearsal, neither Carl or what's his name, Tim, could get this right. But it all turned out good on the day. And there's a recording there from Transmission in 2008. We're all locked in our homes. We haven't got a lot to do. What book could you recommend to people that would allow them to while away some of their time? The Air Affair. It's about this literary detective that goes inside Jane Eyre to prevent somebody from spoiling the plot and ruining the book. And it's just the ideas and the concepts inside that book are just phenomenal. So The Air Affair by Jasper Fforde. Lockdown is not going to last forever, at least we hope it isn't. What is the one thing that you're most excited about doing once lockdown is over? I'd like to say it's giving all of my friends a massive hug, but the one thing that I can't wait to do is go to a gig again and dance. Dancing is what it's about, and then when I go there, all of my friends will be there anyway, especially if it's a music festival, so I'll get to hug them at the same time. So going to a gig and dancing. Well, Dave, thank you very much. Thank you for being part of Isolation Discs, the first episode. And if anybody else would like to get involved with this, send me a message. There's my email address is down in the comments. So give it a go, and we'll see what else we can dig up.
Surrendered yourself